All right, we're back. Those of you there, we'll post this bad boy to Facebook, and we should be live and rocking. So let us know if you're on there. We're back. I got it all switched over here to the different one.
So yeah, give us some feedback.
Yeah, let us know what's happening, and hopefully it's going to be working. I don't get it. That's a brand new
program.
It is. I don't get what's going on, but let's see here.
Somebody tap in and let us know if you got us.
Yep. We're back. Live. And let's see. I'm going to check here. Also, you can say, I don't want that. So, we'll go back. Let's see here. There. Let's see what's happening. It's up and live and rocking and rolling. So, if you're out there in Spreaker land, we'll be here. We're doing it. We are doing it. So, in the meantime, let's see here. We'll get everything going. I don't know. Hopefully, everything's going.
Man, I don't see anybody answering us out there yet, though.
Yeah, I don't either.
Is anybody?
But we're live on the air. We are live on the air.
Is anybody picking us up out there? Give us an answer.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's because that's shut. There we go. Cody Chisholm, yeah, we're set. How's that better? I mean, can you hear it good, I guess? I don't know if I don't think it was on my end, but I mean it very possibly could, but I don't know. I'm not sure. It just had an update today and the whole 9 yards. So but anyway, we're back, and so you got the chat going over there, right? So that's a good deal. So where were we before we were so madly interrupted?
Well, we just got into the kid carts.
Well, do those for a second while I get a couple of these things squared away on the deal. And, wow. Thanks a lot, Spreaker. I don't know. Okay.
So, kid carts. Seth Waddell comes in first, and Graham Trammell comes in second, and Jaden Kimmel third, and Brad Ransom comes in fourth.
That was a good little race, actually.
Yeah, good to see them guys come all the way over here from Idaho and support our show. I'm very happy about that. Both dad and son running, so that's nice to see. Junior 1-2 cycle goes to Hunter Meyer. Junior 1-4 cycle goes to Jamie Weber. And Junior 2-2 cycle goes to Jasmine Hildebrand. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
And Daniel Watkins in Junior 4. Hats off to Daniel. Did a great job all weekend as well as Hildebrand.
Yes, he did. I'm going to have to get him on the show. I was going to try to tonight, but here in the next couple of weeks, I will get him on. I think we should start having maybe a junior hit, so we can hit that, a little bit. That might be kind of a cool thing.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
It'd be a great deal. They need some recognition. They get out there and they put on a great show for us, so we should be giving them some recognition.
Absolutely. For real. I think we're ready. Let's see. Let's talk Yamaha.
Yeah, Yamaha Lights, what's up next? So Justin Beard looks like he pulled that one down with Kyle Wick of Wicked Fabrication coming in second. They are a force to be reckoned with for sure. And the always strong Corey Markham coming in third on the podium. Rick Spear, haven't seen him much in the cart this year, and he pulls down a 4th out of 12. So that's a pretty nice deal there. Trickle comes in 5th, running Trickle's motor in one of Spear's extra carts. And the ever-popular Rusty Rossmeyer coming in 6th there with his hands full in that class.
Yep. What about heavy? What was the next class?
Next class was Clone NorCal.
Boy, they brought 7 of those bad boys in there. Ford Cook and his gang.
I see 9 on my sheet here. So, yeah, they put on a heck of a
Yes,
show,
they
though.
did.
And, those things are fast. What the heck? I mean, geez, Ford does a great job on those motor combos out there because those things were laying it down. And, all those guys from Cali, their carts look sharp. It was good to see
They
that.
were. I mean, they were good looking. Like the 61, that thing was with the flames on it. That thing was gorgeous, you know?
Yeah, those guys all look great out there and put on a good show, too. There were no slouches in that group at all. They were all mixing it up. Ryan Fernandez in number 1 and Derek Wallace in second, and third was Jeremy Barzan. So, yeah, hats off to all those guys for making that long trip and putting on a great show. They came all the way up from Cali to do that for us, so...
That was old Ryan Fernandez. Yeah, he was getting it on.
Yeah, he was running double duty there, I believe. So
yes, he was.
And then next was the Super Sport Heavy with Dennis Flint, the what do they call that guy? The Captain America in the red, white, and blue cart. Yeah, he's bringing it down this weekend. He pulls in the first one. David Wooten gets second, and his brother Mark Wooten comes in third. So
Lippy said, Wooten.
Wooten.
Woot, 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 woot.
They're ever so strong. I'm glad to see those two. They are struggling a little bit, but they're starting to pull their way to the top. I've been watching them all year long, and their combinations are coming in, and they're getting it done. So that's great to see out of both of those. Next up's Fart Cart. What do you say about this class? I mean, wow, 23 entries in that. That is crazy.
Hang on, Lip. I think we got a call from Jimbo.
Nice.
Oh. The Hitman! What is going on, baby? What is going on, my man?
Did you make it?
Hey, the Hitman, you there? Why can't we hear him? I'm turned up. Where you at, Hitman? You good to go? Dude, where are you?
Something? Anything? Nothing?
Hey. You there, Hitman?
Mr. Brian.
It's there. What's up, Hitman? Can you hear me? Hang on, I'm going to try something here. There, can you hear me, Hitman?
Did our cord totally take a
No. It's a brand new cord. Got it in. Oh, that's why. Hang on, Hitman.
Just 1 second. We got you.
There. How about that? You there, Hitman?
Brian, you there?
There we go. God. You there, Hitman? Are you there, Hitman?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. God.
Woohoo.
All right.
Holy cow, this freaking thing, you know? I'm going to get rid of this thing right now. I know that.
I can hear you guys, but obviously you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, well, I got it figured out now. Hey, for those of you tuning in, this is our Blue Line Graphics in the seat guest. Blue Line Graphics, of course, a great sponsor here of the Northwest Race Report. You saw all the pretty stuff they had out at BK8. There's still time in 2016 to get that stuff rolling. They've got new helmet kits, over 50 great wraps, and all kinds of cool packages. Brian Esquiniga is on the air or online tonight on the chat, so hit him up if you guys are looking to get something going for this season. With us is our man. It took him 3 tries. What's crazy is his cart number is 3, and he came in and got it done. He was solid all weekend. And man, it's the Hitman, Ryan Diatte. Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Thank you, Terry. And I'd like to point out, it was our 3rd try, but it was also the 3rd year in a row that the team in that pit spot won the race. So thank you, Joe, JP Karting, for giving us that pit spot, because it's pretty lucky.
Wow, that's crazy cool.
That's nice.
So Berg was in there last year?
Yeah, Berg was there last year, and they were there the year before that also.
When Lawton won it. I'll be darned. Wow. So, hey, while I got you here, man, tell me, what's it mean? I mean, what's it mean to you?
I didn't know Jeff, but mean, I can see what this event has turned into, and I see how much it means to Renee and Ronnie and everybody who knew him. So it's pretty cool. And this is, I mean, I can see this race turning into the Chili Bowl of the UAS. And that's just a pretty awesome way to honor their friend that died and and their whole family.
You're exactly right. I mean, I couldn't. I mean, that would be sweet. I mean, when you get the names like Sarchett here and Klaiber, I mean, that's awesome. The only thing we got to do is just I don't know. Salem's the best place for it. I don't know if it's moving ever. Maybe not. Probably not until we have to. But I'm just saying, you're right on that. I mean, it could be the Chili Bowl, easy. I mean, totally easy. Was there 200 points there for that, Hitman?
No, it was not a UAS.
Really? So was the Well, the Holiday Classic was?
Yeah, the Holiday Classic was. Both days were UAS quarter point races.
Oh.
I think Ronnie, he wanted to make it more about honoring their friends.
I get that. I get that. Yep.
Which I get it too.
I get it. I truly get it.
We're still going to show up whether there's points there or not.
Well, I hope so, man. I mean, it's like I told you earlier. It's like, dude, I don't think you realize. Well, here's a perfect example. When Wayne left, last year or whatever, you could feel it. He was, he helped motivate people whether they knew it or not. He helped the racing just by him being there, right? The competitive spirit and all that. So when he left, he'll say, "Oh, it didn't matter." No, it did matter. It did matter.
Yeah, it did. Ronnie's doing a good job of promoting the race and keeping things going there. But, Wayne Felch did a great job down there.
But the same with the Hitman. See, that's what I mean, Ryan. You're a way bigger piece of this puzzle than I think you get. So, man, I mean, the cart was awesome.
I'm glad I can be a piece to the puzzle, and I'm sure, just like the same thing with, I think pretty much everybody who comes from California, we don't travel all this way to go run second. Our plan is to go there, and that's been our plan the last 3 years, is to go there and win. And this time, the plan finally panned out. We made the right decisions in the pits, and I held the wheel straight for 25 laps, and didn't have any bad luck.
Yeah. So I know you had the wing on. Are you sold on those?
Yes, and the more and more I think about it, I mean, obviously there's no way for us to measure it on the track. There is a way, but I'm not going to go spend $3,000 an hour in a wind tunnel to figure it out.
Right.
But we ended up the front end of the cart was probably about 6 to 7 pounds lighter than we normally run it, which that's...
Is that 6 or 7 pound percentage?
No, 6 or 7 pounds is probably equal to about 1% of
okay.
weight.
Okay.
Somewhere maybe a little over percent. So the front wing made up that much of a difference.
Wow.
And we're probably only going 35 miles an hour in the center of the corner there. So I'm really looking forward to getting on a track like Phoenix, or we got some races at Lodi and Cycleland this year in California, where we're probably going to be going 60 through the corner. So
ooh, baby.
I'm really looking forward to kind of unlocking, the power of running the front wing.
Right. So you got here, everything was pretty good. You're pretty good right out of the gate for the most part, and so you win it, you get the title. So I got to ask you, so overlooking the weekend, I know you weren't paying a gob of attention, but who was one driver that kind of caught your eye and you went, like, wow, either they really improved to you or you hadn't seen them before and you got to watch them roll, and now you're kind of going, man. Was there anybody like that stood out to you?
Honestly, when I was watching Hagar
Mm-hmm.
practice,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going, man, for a pavement racer, this guy's pretty good. And then I went and saw what his lap times were, and he probably thought I was making fun of him. I really thought he was fast, but he was a few tenths off. But he, as the weekend went on, he was I know he was running 1060s in the C main, and the track really wasn't quite there yet. And then he had more bad luck in the B main, but it was kind of cool to watch. I watched Hager the last 2 years when he ran the KT class, but
yeah,
that's a whole other monster. I mean, when he pretty much tripled his horsepower.
Yeah.
It's a whole other monster. It's cool, to watch him go out there and wheel it.
That's awesome. And you're right. I mean, Hager did do a nice job. You don't get to see a lot of these guys, a lot of the locals, so it's too bad. But yeah, I thought all in all the competition was stout. I mean, it was. I mean, what do you, dude? You beat a stellar field. Now, I don't know. You trade one for the others or this or that. I don't know if it was as stout as BK8. I don't know. I mean, when you had Wayne in there but then again, I don't know. I mean, it was a pretty dang good field of go-karts out there for sure.
I think looking at lap times, comparatively through the years,
yes,
you're getting more and more carts within a few tenths of each other every year. For the BK6, there may have only been, maybe 2 or 3 carts that, were running times that they needed to run.
Yep.
And then BK7 came around, and then you got, 2 or 3 more carts that are booming in that bracket. And then I think this year, we got a couple more carts that are in there, and it just, I was talking to Renee Angel before the main when we were lining up for driver intros, and I said, well, now everybody here on the track made their best guess. Now it's going to figure out who the best guesser is. And that's really...
And that's what it boils down to.
It is, because I saw the track in the dash, and then they ran... I think they ran a... the whole weekend was a blur. I don't remember if we ran before or after the C main, but I'm pretty sure we ran after all the heats were done. And so the track had a C main, and then a bunch of A mains, and then a B main, and then a bunch more A mains, and then we were on the track.
Yes.
So you got to kind of gather all the data you got throughout the day. Okay, how many laps in the second heat race did it take for the tires to come in? Well, for us, our tires got better every single lap in the second heat race. So you say, okay, those tires are probably a little bit too hard for that track. But where's the track now, and where do I need to be? So we actually ran the same set of tires from our second heat in the main. We just kind of guessed and thought those would be, the right tires to be on. And like I said, we just guessed right.
Wow, dude, that's incredible. Well, I mean, you're right. It is a guess at best. Because truthfully, there are no secrets really here. I mean, there might be a secret for a few weeks, maybe. But at the end of the day, it's not necessarily the secret. It's just who found it first, right? That's really all it is.
Well, a lot of it is just paying attention and keeping good notes.
Right.
Every time we mount up a set of tires, that set of tires gets almost an ID, and then for the whole anytime we have those set of tires with us, we have a log of from all the events we brought those tires to, what we did to those tires before every time we took them to the track. So we know. We aren't guessing, this set over here, we think these will work. It's like, okay, we can look. And I can tell you, the set of tires we ran, Joe did the internal prep on those on January 17th. So they cured for 12 days, 13 days before we got to run them.
Are you hearing this, Lippy?
Yeah, I am.
See, it's not to interrupt you, Ryan, but it's no people, listen. Racers, listen. This is why this guy is good. Because he's taking the time to do this stuff, and it's detailed. It's not just half-assed Hashimoto kind of junk. You got to know. Go ahead, Ryan.
Right. So, I mean, that's the, the kind of thing. I knew how much prep was inside of those tires, and we used internal prep to kind of manipulate side bite. And I knew the track wasn't going to have a whole lot of side bite, so we went with the set of tires that had more internal prep. And that's, I mean, if you aren't keeping good notes and you don't know how much prep you have in each tires and when you put it in, then you don't have the information you need to make the right guess, So yeah, it was just kind of cool I mean, it's well documented. You're kind of against the whole tire thing, but for me, I'm a tinkerer.
No. Hang on now. Now, I'm not necessarily against it, right? I'm not necessarily against it. I'm just saying, I'm not do it all you want, right? I mean, obviously, if it's getting to the point where it's running people away, I think we need to take a look at something. But I don't know that it's to that point yet. But I'm just saying, every now and then it'd be nice just to go back and do it old school.
And I totally agree. And the only thing is, these carts are to the point, as far as power goes, you almost have to be prepping to keep the cart under control. And that's just, I mean, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
When you take a go-kart that was built for 12 horsepower.
Yep.
And you strap something that's got 60, 70 horsepower on it, you're going to make the tires a little stickier to get it to work. And that's just kind of, at least out here on the low, I mean, I would consider Salem low bite.
Very much so.
Or even Phoenix, where you're racing on dirt fault, and the prep, the track has enough bite built into it.
Yeah.
You come out here on tight quarters, low bite, you're going to have a little stick-em on them tires.
Yeah, I'm sure, right? I mean,
definitely.
But here's what I know: Ron Emick and his C Open didn't need any prep, and it was rolling, Diatte.
Right.
You know what? I think that's your boy Stevens calling in. So what's next? What's next for you? What's next for the Hitman? I mean, are you going to be? Are you going to be slowing down? Or are you going to be speeding up? What's next for the Hitman?
On the track, we're going to be speeding up, but no, we're just going to. I think you got a race at Cycle and sometime in April. The schedule's not finalized yet, but we're going to be getting ready for that. And but I'm not going to keep you too long. But I just want to say thank you to my wife and Joe and Lisa and my dad and Sam and everybody else who helps out with the program. I couldn't do it without all you guys.
Oh, Brian, man, let me just say, I've heard, I don't know how many people I talked to over the weekend that, we were talking and your name would come up about the car, and, they say, not only is the guy, fast, but he's just a super nice guy, and man, Ryan, I can't tell you, that's a true testament to the kind of guy you are, right? You can come in here and, you've got, your iron is antiseptic and you surgically just kind of dissected everything. But then at the end of the day, you're just you're a great guy and you get along with everybody and you talk to everybody. And God, that's huge, pal. I just can't even tell you. It's awesome.
Well, thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. And that kind of says a lot about, my parents and everyone that, was around me and raised me. I wasn't born this way. I just, lucky to have, wonderful parents that taught me how to be how I am.
Yep. Well, I'm going to tell you what, Ryan, you got a fan for life here. And like I told you before, I got nothing but the utmost respect for you, your dad, JP. You guys are what make the sport. So It's
Awesome.
yeah, it's just way awesome for me. So big win for the
Very
Hitman.
good. Well,
What's that, buddy?
yes, sir. No, I was just going to say thank you to you and Lippy for, you guys do a great job on the show and do a great job of promoting the sport.
You make it easy.
Yeah, absolutely, you do. So we got to get together. I'm going to come in. I'm going to be at Phoenix next year, man. I guarantee it. Come hell or high water. So
Okay, good. Yeah, if you go to Phoenix, you'll be able to see Stephen Chase dominate again. So.
yeah, he's still there. He wasn't bad. What was he? Third? Third. Berg was fourth, I think, if I'm right.
So, like I said, you can take half the field, and if they guess right, they win.
That's right.
We just got lucky, and we were the ones that guessed right. So very good. Well, I'll let Jerry Stevens be on here, and I'm going to hang up so I can listen to him.
Right on. Hey, Diatte, thanks, man. Congratulations, buddy, again. And you're a true champ in my book.
All right, thank you, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for keeping it real.
Ryan Diatte, the Hitman. We're going to try to get here. Well, I'm going to hit up old Stevens here because he's been trying to call while we were on the line. And what do you think of that?
I thought it was great. He's a wealth of information and an open book. If you just want to go over and ask the guy, he's going to give you the answer. He's not about tricks and shell games or anything like that. If you got a question, just go ask him, and he'll tell you his answer anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Ohio, so that's good. Oh, that's Klaiber, I bet you.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Are you sure?
I don't know. It was the one that called in. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to try it again.
I think the whole U.S.
Oh, there we go.
class
There we
did
go.
a great job.
Hey, Ray Smith, congratulations. Right on, man. Thanks for being on the show. Doug Bartlett. It was a great BK. Hello?
Hello.
Who we got here? Jim Bob?
It's him, brother.
Sorry, man. We just I had to kind of redo my thing because I don't know, something's going on with that other setup I've got. So, hey, everybody, Jim Bob Klaiber in the house. He was piloting the ES7 Eric Stansberry machine. And, man, he was right there. Man, really right there.
Definitely all weekend.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep. We had a great race car, man. Jan and Eric had just put together a fabulous package. I mean, it's very user-friendly, great power. It was a very easy machine to drive.
Yeah, so what did you actually think of the racetrack?
For an indoor track, I thought it was a really nice track. An indoor track's hard to get smooth, Terry. You're bringing dirt in on concrete, and it gets packed down. The track's up and down a little wavy, but that's to be expected for indoor. I thought I had actually good grip. I was always told it was low grip, but I thought I had fantastic grip. It was a good racetrack. I was very impressed with it.
That's awesome. So, and you actually got here on Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Okay. So did you get to sightsee or do any of that stuff?
Jan took us up in the mountains for a little bit, up through the river. Enjoyed that. Enjoyed all the scenery. The mountains kind of reminded me of home. I enjoyed that a lot.
Cool stuff. Yeah, Salem's a great place. Oregon's a great state. I suppose they're all great, right? It just all kind of depends when you're all over the place. So how far off was the car from where you liked it, or did you make very many changes when you got there?
When we got there, we got a little out of hand in practice. We got it back on the scales. Jan had us close all weekend. I mean, first trip there, it's hard to read the racetrack. I didn't think the car would tighten up as much as it did towards the feature. I thought it would stay free. It tightened up a good bit before the feature, which wasn't a bad thing. We was free all day, I thought. May have looked good from the outside, but from the inside it felt pretty free.
You did? Yeah, go ahead, Lip.
You look good all weekend. Actually looked like you were pulling the left front off there a few times. So the Stansberry and Jan had that thing hooked up.
Well, Jan's good on tires, man. He's got a good tire program. Him and Eric, they work good as a team. They read the cart well. Man, that's their track, their town. They read the dirt well. They knew what we needed. and they really kept us pretty close in the hunt the whole time. I was using the brake a little, dragging a little brake to get off to keep from firing the tires up on the way off the corner, and that's really what hurt us. We couldn't get in, we couldn't get off as fast, and with no brakes, you burn the tires up pretty quick trying to sling the cart around.
Absolutely.
And about, I don't know what lap it was, but I knew that we had lost the tires and we were starting to be in the way, and the cart was getting a little out of control. And as much as I didn't want to, I went ahead and brought it off.
That takes a big man to make that decision to do that, I mean, everybody wants to stay in the hunt and try and hold it together and pull it off, but that takes a big man and a big decision to be willing to do that, and hats off to you for making that decision. I'm sure it wasn't an easy one and not what you wanted to do, but it was the right move.
No, I wanted to bring home the win for Jan and Eric really bad. I mean, they treated me like family the whole time we was there. Got a lot of respect for Diatte. The cart got a little bit crossed up when he passed me, and I didn't want to get into him. And then later on, the last cart to pass me was Rob. Rob's a good friend of mine, and I thought, man, he's traveled as far as I have. He struggled all weekend. He's worked hard to get here. What if I take him out or the cart in front of him? It's just not worth it.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was a smart move, and hats off to you. I'm sure it wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right decision.
All right.
No, I didn't want to, but it needed to be done. And, when you don't have the speed to win, I'm not going to stay out there and block a guy that does. And I don't want to take somebody out who's worked as hard as we have to get there and to get up front. That's not racing. Let the fastest car should win. Never say let, but the fastest car should win.
This is true.
I know that don't always happen, but I don't like blocking. I don't care for any of that style racing. I like to race hard and fast, and I want to see the fastest guy win it.
Well, man, I was a little shocked. Your boy back there on Facebook was calling you fatty and hillbilly, and I'm like that dude's gonna get his neck wrung. I mean,
no. That's my protege. That's Corey Payton. He's about 17 years old. I've got two of them that stay with me and race with me all the time. He's like my son. I love that child.
Yeah, man. He was saying fat. I said, well, I'm going to tell you what, man. Fatty was rolling, baby.
Yeah, there's a long story about that. There's a character on Austin Power that they call me that behind my back because I'm a little hard on him.
Yeah. Was his name Fat?
Fat Bastard, I think.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, they were my boys. We just, one of them, we went to Daytona with one of them here just before we come out there, and out of, I think 7 classes, his horse finished with 6. They're good boys. They're good wheelmen, yeah. Terrific kids. They come out here and they buster hunted on tires. They help me around the house to keep everything going so we can race. They're top notch. I love them to death. Well,
man, I just wanted to say, Jim, dude, it was, like I said, it was awesome to meet some of the big guns from back there that you often read about, hear about. And, man, you are genuinely the deal, man. I mean, just as a person, as a racer, the whole, I mean, dude, it was awesome.
Class act.
Yeah, man, for real.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a great time, and it was fun to race against some new people. I've raced some of these guys at Lasowski's before, but, you don't get to see them every week, and you get to meet them for a weekend, and you don't see them for a year. It was a great time. It was a great time hanging out with all the guys out there. Everybody out there treated us top notch. I mean, I really felt welcomed when we was there.
Well, you should have been. That's how we roll out here, baby.
Makes me feel good.
Yep. So we'll have to get you out here for the Boop. Maybe you could talk JP into coming up to the Boop and running that. That's like the summertime BK. And that'd be kind of fun,
there
man.
Was some talk about that when I was there. I don't know what's going to go down, but I've heard some talk about that.
Yeah. Well, what
I
you
would
need
love to come back out there and race.
What you need to do is just send a card out here, right? And then we'll have it prepped and ready, and then you just show up and roll. So.
Yeah, you never know. We discussed it a good bit. Me and Eric discussed having 2 carts ready next year for the BK. He was talking about the Betty Boot Memorial.
Yep.
We discussed that. What track's that run at, Terry?
Stratoline ORV. Well, Lippy can tell you all about it because he's the president of the Cascade Karting Association, that's their home track.
Yeah, it's an outdoor track. It's very similar to the same size. The only difference is it's 100% clay, whereas what we were racing on this last weekend is pretty much just dirt with a little clay mixed in. We're 100% clay up there, and it's pretty close to the same size in a very outdoorsy atmosphere. It's not a lot of anything around there except for trees and mountains and a lot of green. So it's
yeah, that sounds even better.
Yeah, it's a really great time. The facility there is awesome. It's very large, lots of parking, lots of room, and this year we're hoping to race into the night under the lights. So it's going to be a good year this year.
Excellent, good deal.
Yeah, man. Well, Jim Bob, man, I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, it was just a pleasure meeting you all the way, and you did an outstanding job. I don't care whether you won it or not.
Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that.
If you got eyes, you can see.
You represented well, my friend.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. We had a good, like I said, we had a good car under us, man. We had a good car all weekend, and Jan and Eric did everything they could to make me feel at home, make me feel comfortable in the machine. I really enjoyed it. It's a strong running 450. My hat's off to Jan. It's a good piece.
Yes, it is.
Right on.
He does his homework.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes,
we've been talking to Jim Bob Klaiber, and dude rolled it. So I guess with that, I'm going to get one more. I'm going to see if I can squeeze one more guy in here. But I appreciate you taking the time to call in. I appreciate everything. I hope you stay in touch, and I'll hopefully look forward to seeing you this summer maybe, huh?
All right, Terry, I appreciate it. Guys, thank you for cutting me in.
Hey, you bet, Jim Bob. Thank you, man.
All right, brother. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. Jim Bob Klaiber, man, what a guy, man.
Man, yeah, great guy.
What do you do? Let's see if we get this one here. We'll give him a call back. Let's see. Kravitz. Let's see. Boy, here's what's for dinner? I know, right? Jeez Louise. Ray Smith. That guy's a comedian, isn't he? That's crazy.
LA.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Jim Bob. My bad.
Yep.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, I'm waiting for Kravitz to see here what happens. He said he called in. Hopefully. Hey, does it sound any better out there, guys? No more crackling? Right? Okay. So, oh, look at this. Brad Berg on here?
Nice.
Yeah, baby.
The burger.
Yeah. Brad Berg. I'm telling you what, he still rolled. I don't care. I mean,
he was my pick all weekend. That's all I got to say. I had your back, Brad.
Well, there you go, Bradley Berg. And fried chicken, he said. Yep, some watermelon and some chitlins, and we're all good, man. So Doug Bartlett, they were here. Let's see.
See, we're going to have to stick with this program.
I guess so, I
Yeah,
don't know what's going on, but
figure.
Oh, there he is. All right, here we are. Mr. Kravitz.
Hey, Terry, how you doing?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm good.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, man, you show up. Now, here's a guy, ladies and gentlemen, you got to know that I'd never seen the guy before. He shows up at ORV, and it's like, who is this guy? I mean, he's running pretty strong, right? It's like, I've never seen him before. And boom, and then there it is. He's down here in Salem. He's rolling. He's getting her done. And his first BK, he swipes heavy.
He does swipe heavy, and he's I believe he stole the fastest KT in the West title because that thing was hauling the mail, buddy. You had it hooked up and laying it down, and that's no small feat around here. The Yamaha class is very, very stout, and you came in with some authority this weekend. So great job to you, and hats off.
Thank you.
So what is it that changed? You and I had a small talk in the trailer there after the race, and you came out strong at the beginning, and then you said to me that you faded a little bit until recently. So what did you do to step it back up? I mean, God, you really came in there with a fire lit under you this weekend.
Well, towards the beginning of the year, since we ended up getting the car, we haven't really had any kind of alignment tools, any of that stuff. A couple races back, I noticed that I was really fighting the cart a whole lot more than I felt that I needed to. So we ended up taking it down, getting it all aligned. A whole bunch of stuff was way out of whack. People were surprised that I was even making it around the track to begin with. So we started off with that, hit a couple practices, and started tuning it in, dialing it into what it had become Saturday night.
Well, it had become something pretty darn good, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I was like, man, look at Kravitz going, man. He's fired up for this bad boy.
It was doing pretty good. And you were over in my pit changing some tires over and getting them all reseated over. Do you think that was part of your success, or was that just a small part of it?
Yeah, I think that was. I think that helped quite a bit. I don't think it did like a super tremendous amount of difference, but I'm sure it did help quite a bit.
Oh, don't worry about it. Lippy's just trying to get one in there on you, you know. He said, you're over in my pit getting the tires hooked up, you know.
That's all right. He can try to get all the information he needs because, you know, the more competition, the better.
That's what I'm talking about. Whatever we can do to step everybody up, it just it goes right on down the line. Everybody has to bring it up a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the deal. Man, I was so happy for I knew you were, I mean, just by the fist pump when you took the checkered, you know, it was just like, man, that's pretty cool. Now, I don't know, Wick was coming, I think, in that, but he had it.
Well,
he was running pretty good, and then his pipe mount broke, or was that light?
No,
that was heavy.
Yeah,
that was in the heavies. He ran about a lap and a half.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, there was three of them that were all up front that were running fast, and yeah, he just had something unfortunate, and that was too bad to see. But you still had the dominant cart, even after some of the yellows that came out. I mean, your straightaway speed and even your acceleration off of the yellow or the getting the green, your cart was just hooked up. I mean, there's just no denying that.
Yeah, you know, I owe a lot of that to Phil Fowl for, you know, taking me under his wing so early, helping me out, you know, coaching me through most of this, and you know, I pulled off the win there, and you know, it's I dedicate part of that, you know, big thank you to him for that.
He's a good guy, Phil is. He's been around the sport a long time, and people tend to, I think, take him for granted a little bit. They don't really understand. That guy's probably forgot more than most will ever know. And
yeah.
Not only that, he's so giving. He's just a giving guy, you know. He gives you a straight up answer anytime you ask it, and that's half the battle right there. And he doesn't care if you're his competition or not. He's always willing to give you a helping hand, and that's what makes us in the Northwest so great, that so many of us are willing to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Well, Dan Kravitz, we got to go because we got one more thing to get underway before we get off of here and let you guys go. But congratulations on that win. It's really no surprise to me. But now you know that target just grew a little bit bigger on your back, so you better be doing your homework.
That just gives me incentive to work this that much harder.
There you go. That was the answer I wanted to hear, buddy.
You guys got a good program. Just keep it moving up.
Just keep rolling. And find something for Jasmine, right? She needs to get in there where she can mix it up a little bit.
Yeah,
she's coming along.
She's doing a great job. We just need to find her somebody to run with because that's got to stop. But great job to the whole time again racing. Good job, and I'll see you at the next one, I guess. Right? I'll be down Sunday to do the second day of the cage cart, so maybe I'll see you out there.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, you bet, Dan.
Take it easy.
All right, you guys take care.
You too. Bye-bye. So, Dan Kravitz, check it out. How cool would that be to be at your first BK and win the deal?
He works hard, and they got a great team there. So hats off to him. He did his homework and he worked hard and he got it up front. There was a lot of fast people there that weekend, no doubt about it. We could spend all day just on the Yamaha classes, and maybe we should sometime. But there was a lot of good contenders there. Corey Markham, Brandon Day, Spear. There's just so many great people in that class that work so hard to stay up front. That it's good to see, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Well, it's going to carry over to the summer too. I'm hoping we're going to have some, even up at your place. There should be some good turnouts for Yamaha class, and I'd like to see the All-Stars get a few more, but. I think that series. I don't know. Shane doing the Northwest Speedway karting.
As far as the traveling
Burris
series,
deal?
I've asked him about it. I believe he has intent on doing it, but he's a busy man, so I'm not quite sure if it's going to happen or not. He says it is. I hope it is. I'm more than willing to support the series for sure. So I hope he does. I personally am too busy to organize it and make it all happen. So I truly hope he does, because I will support it and we will be there.
Yeah, I definitely will too. So I hope, if you guys, you Yamaha guys out there, F200 guys, you need to hit Shane up. If you're really wanting that series to go, get behind it and let him know, because I know it started out last year. It was a little, a lot of guys were wanting it, but then, so when you put your fanny out on the line like that, you got to kind of do it. Lippy, you had something I know we'll be back to our normal show next week, but Kyle Hofstadter's going to be he's going to kick off our Cage Cup.
Yes.
Push for the Cage Cup, so that's going to be good.
We will be going for the push for the next few weeks, pumping up the Cage Cup. We're both going to be down there for that. I'm looking very forward to that. I have not been to the Cage Cup yet, so I'm very excited about doing that race and hanging out with everybody for that weekend. So, yeah, for sure. As far as lapping with Lippy, we don't have a lot this week. I kind of wanted to just say, first of all, thank you to Scott Seal Coat for all your seal coating needs. Get a hold of Scott Seal Coat. If you need something striped or sealed, we can take care of it for you. He's a great sponsor, great supporter of our sport. I really have to talk about the camaraderie of everybody this weekend. I mean, I seen stuff leaving pits, going to other pits, just getting people out onto the track. There was so much people helping other people that it was just refreshing and great to see so much camaraderie between all of the competitors out there. Really, I mean, everybody was helping everybody all weekend long, and that's really what the Northwest is all about. That's what we do out here. You don't see the covered pits and the chained off areas where you're afraid to walk into somebody else's pits, that kind of stuff. It doesn't happen out here. You're welcome in anybody's pit, and you can usually ask for assistance or help or guidance or whatever you want to say from anybody out here, and that's the beauty of it out here. We love it. We just figure that if we're going to make you faster, it makes us faster. So I really love that. All day long, for the last few weeks, I've been really pushing everybody and squealing at everybody about driving clean and not driving people to the bottom and having a good race day. And, man, you people came through this weekend. All the classes were really, really great. Sure, we're indoor short track racing. There was some rubbing going on, but there wasn't chaos there. It never lost control, and that's something that's happened in years past. It really got out of hand. It really lost control, and that didn't happen this weekend. And that's a combination of Jason being a great steward of the race, and everybody just keeping their cool and keeping their heads. And sure, sometimes you didn't think you got a fair deal or you didn't get the right call or whatever, but still, everybody kept their heads. They kept it it moving forward, and the whole race day went so well that I can't say enough to everybody about what a great job everybody did. And the last thing I got to say is hats off to the Ironman Joe Stackman. He made all 8 races of the BK in the A main, and that is a tough deal. He's the only one left. Last year we had Ronnie and him, and unfortunately Ronnie, the wall jumped out and grabbed a hold of him in practice and bent up his ride, so he didn't even have a chance to qualify for it. So that left Joe, our lone man, and he put it in there and into the A main for his 8th consecutive. So he's going to have big shoes to fill and a target on his back as far as that goes. But great job to him, Sean Carr as the cart owner, and Art Pipkin as his crew chief. Those guys all did a great job all weekend, and I'm glad to see it. My friend, you are my friend.
Lapping with Lippy, everybody. Awesome stuff. I'm just going to say one more thing. KT Light, Justin Beard, I don't know where that guy came from either.
Yeah.
But he is a super stud, and he was really good in the Chuck Jones Automotive
Chuck
number
Jones
93, for sure.
For sure. He was a rocket ship, no doubt. I'm very impressed with that guy. I didn't know who he was before the beginning of this year either, but he has really made a name for himself. He's doing a great job. He runs a good, tight ship and a good program there. Yeah,
he certainly does. The whole thing's cool. Hopefully everybody watched the video. That was cool stuff. I will say this really quick. I had a speaker destroyed. I don't know who did it or what. It was just kind of I found it when I was loading up. So man, it was like a $400 speaker, and it ruined my woofer and cracked my horn, and so basically that thing is junk. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know I think somebody might have bumped it. I get that, but I don't think that I'm unapproachable enough that you couldn't come and say something, whatever. But
yeah, that is very sad to say. We do haul our own equipment around and bring it to all the races to bring you all of these great broadcasts, and do our best to keep you guys all in the loop and everything like that. So it is very unfortunate that some of our equipment got busted up pretty bad and won't be usable again. So it does take the wind out of our sails a little bit when that happens, but we're not going to abandon y'all, but we got to let you know that we're going to be working an extra hard to not let that happen again and trying to recoup what we lost.
Well, and I get things are accidents and whatnot. I mean, I'm not here looking to have that guy step up and, pay for it. I'm just saying, be aware of your surroundings, know what's going on, and let somebody know what happened. I mean, I'm certainly not going to be, mean about it. I mean, I might be disappointed, but
we ain't going to shank you.
Well, no worse than, when you find it and nobody says anything, right? That's kind of a bum deal. But anyway, that's our show for tonight. BK8, congratulations once again to Ryan the Hitman Diatte. Man, Justin Beard, Dan Kravitz, Ryan Fernandez. Am I missing some?
Ronnie Cox.
Yes, Ron and the CKA thing. We've got Torzilli and the Predators, or not the Predators, but the NorCal Clone, or was it NorCal Clones? Yeah, I think it was Torzilli. Justin DeMars wins the fart cart. I don't know where. We where it ended up on Sunday. It was like 52 card pickup, so I don't really know. The fart cart was won by Jared Storr, though. I do know that.
Yes. And
so, boom, boom. So that's kind of the way it is. I mean, I don't know. After that, I don't know. I think I think Shane was he fourth, second? He was up there.
Yeah, he was up there, but I don't think he was second.
Yeah, but they, just so you know, Jason, Phil DeMars called me today or yesterday, and he said, I don't think that the finals were right because they had them down for like fifth, and he says, we got lapped like 4 times, I mean. So, anyway, it doesn't. I'm just saying that's why we didn't go over Sunday's Fart Cart 150, but it was won. We do know this much: Jared Storer won it. Angel was right there.
Yes,
and whatnot. So next week we're going to be back dialed. We'll have things dialed in. It's just been chaos at my house trying to get this all back together and get up for the show. But appreciate everybody tuning in. We're going to be talking to Kyle Hofstad next week. He's going to be our Cage Cup guest as we push towards the Cage Cup coming up in March 18th and 19th. I'll be at Salem Speedway on Sunday, so look for my live broadcast as usual as I do the second day of the 2-day thing. If you're interested, you can come down with me too. Otherwise, we'll be back here Wednesday, same time. Sid White Memorial coming up down in Northern California. Great event. Those of you know that Sid White, I think Ryan Diatte does, and a few other guys. Get down there and support that thing. It's a 4-stroke team deal, and it would be really cool if we had some guys go down there and from the UAS and do that. So the Sid White Memorial, that's coming up, what is that, February 17th, 18th, or 18th, 19th?
Yes.
And so that'd be pretty cool. Support that. Jonathan Brown, one of our own, went down there and did a great job. Also, quickly, if you're a racetrack and you are not part of the motorsportsreg.com, you need to be. These guys are awesome. I think it's very affordable, and they've got all kinds of great stuff. 3,200 event users and over 950 clubs, tracks, and whatnot going on there. So check it out, www.motorsportsreg.com. It's a great way if you're a club to get all your stuff handled, from registration to all that stuff. It's pretty awesome. So check them out on the web. And then I also want to say quickly, I didn't get quite the chance to get his ad going, but O'Hagan's Carts and Supplies,
yeah, definitely,
are back with the Northwest Race Report, and they've moved. They are no longer in Atwater, California, but they are in Lebanon, Oregon. But it's the same great O'Hagan service, same great quality fabrication, and same great quality attitude that you get out of Jerry and Tara everywhere you go. And they're always at Salem helping us out. So I would just like to say a big shout-out to the O'Hagans. Welcome back. We appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of the Northwest Race Report. And they join Wicked Fab and Scott Sealcoat as pretty steady sponsors of the show. So
and BLG
and BLG for sure. I mean, that's second nature there. They sponsored the In the Seat guest, and as well as a bunch of wonderful things. So can't say enough about BLG.
Yeah, and I got a couple shout-outs, too. First one's to Matt Straby. He's done a great job of helping us promote Salem, and also, look up Matt Straby and Straby Speedway. He puts on a great show up there. I was glad to see them bring down their class and run with us. They did a great job. He did a great job in the class as well. Drove his hind end off. So thank you, Matt Straby, and thank you for all you do for our sport. The last thing I have to add in is Monroe, FYI. Friday night and Saturday is the last two races of the Monroe series. So Friday night's practice starts at 6 o'clock. Saturday's practice starts at 3. So if you're looking to get in there and get around the Monroe track, this is your last weekend to do it, the 5th and the 6th. So get in there and get it done.
Kravitz, Jim Bob, and Ryan, I need your shirt sizes. So hit me up with your T-shirt sizes, because you guys are all going to get a Blue Line Graphics In the Seat guest T-shirt. So hit me up on Facebook with that, and I'll get those out to you. All right. So in other words, that's another wrap for a show. Sean Carr, Scott Keeney in the house. Thanks, Matt Strebe. He got in there. Good deal. Jason Suchich, all the great guys, man. You guys are awesome. You make the show so sweet. But with that,
hopefully I said Strebe. We used to call it Straby, and it's Strebe, I believe.
Yes, and this is for the Hitman, Ryan Diatte. You know what? If somebody's on the bottom, what do you got to do, Lip?
You got to go to the high side, something I did not do in my sportsman class.
Once again, you're close. If close is no longer close enough, then it's time to consult Diatte Racing Innovations. the go-to, go-fast Dwarf Car headquarters. Whether it's a valve adjust or complete race rebuild on the engine side, or a standard or custom valve QA1 on the shock side, DRI has you covered with a race-winning package. Proof is choice. Since 2011, DRI has been the choice of every WSDCA national champion. For more on how you can become one of the elite, contact Diatte Racing Innovations on Facebook or email diatteRacingInnovations@gmail.com. Knowledge, integrity, performance. Diatte Racing Innovations, Gilroy, California.